Notable dream from the evening of the 31st of May. Um, yeah. So I was swimming around an island and there's a woman chasing me. Uh, she had I can't remember if it was like a tooth missing or something, but it was all about her biting people. And it was the woman with black hair from Ace Ventura and Friends, Courtney Cox, I think she's called. Um, and she was chasing people around this island, and I was swimming, and then she was trying to, like take a chunk out of you, and it was all like got turned into this big Mike Tyson sort of drama thing where Courtney Cox bites someone. Anyway, it turned out the whole thing was false in the end because it was actually AI generated, and the algorithms had been pushing it everywhere as a sort of experiment to see just how much they could influence public opinion. Um, and then, as dreams often do, then it jumped into the next stage, which was it changed to where they were, whoever they are, I suppose the WEF or someone like that, and whoever's like the global bad guys at the minute, they were trying to manipulate the weather, and they were succeeding, and they were making it flood the world, basically. Um, and they were making people have drains installed in their house that would let more water in and stuff like that. Uh, I don't know how they managed to convince people to do that. They were like V-shaped drains. I do remember that aspect of the dream. Anyway, yes, we sort of had that scenario going on, and it was raining loads, and the conspiracy people were going mental, and it turned out they were right, and everything started flooding, and making things terrible. And then social order broke down, and social order is very, very delicate because once people realise there's no police coming, then they pretty much go back to being as greedy and horrible as they want in most cases. Now the aspect of punishment has been removed, and it broke down societies, and that's exactly what they wanted to take control, etc., etc. And then we sort of got into a scenario where there were people within the survivors and the surviving community. Oh God, just had a glimpse of a much deeper dream I was having, which was where I was in like garages and stuff and trying to get away from different gangs and families, and I was helping people up, and the hero was like Maximilian. And, oh God, I completely forgot about that bit. Anyway, oh God, now I need to get my memory chain back again. Where was I? Yes, we were talking about these people. These people, it was sort of like ended up being a thing where they get infiltrated. Their minds would get infiltrated, and they'd start acting out and trying to destroy the, survivors unit or whatever. It turned out a good whack around the back of the head with a lump of wood would get the sort of, I don't know, mind control out of them for a minute or two. And then I think it probably turned into more of like a thing scenario, where they were had to be dealt with fire, and they turned out that they were all aliens, and the usual sort of storyline there. And then towards the end of the evening, it turned into I was playing Warhammer Quest with my friends, and some classic E.C.W wrestlers like the Sandman and Raven. I remember someone asking, "Where's Raven?" I was pointing to him. There he is, down there. And and I remember there was also little figures. There was a little figure, a little green like clay figure of Arn Anderson. There's another wrestler I was thinking of. And then we had like tables to roll on them, and I think the Sandman was next to me, and he rolled something like, "Oh, you've got drug addiction now," and then someone else rolled on the table. It's like, "Oh, you've got depression now. Now roll to see what happens when you're depression." So yeah, that was some notable dreams from the evening of the 31st of May, 2025. I don't know why I'm putting this down, but I think they might. It's the way that the subconscious comes out. Later on, there might be something in here that sparks something else. So it doesn't really care about time, I don't think. It just is. So I think that's why I'm doing it. Maybe. I don't know. See you at the next one anyway.